Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you the best heels in this business don't give a shit about your kids. I've made a point not to really talk about the whole MJF-Tony Khan situation over the last couple months cause, well, a lot of fans have been losing their minds over nothing. As a quick catch-up, AEW's top heel Maxwell Jacob Friedman, a man known for not breaking character and genuinely being awful to anyone and everyone he interacts with, both inside the ring and out.
What a loser.
One of his regular shticks to antagonize the AEW diehards has been the threat that when his contract expires in 2024, he will encourage WWE and AEW to go into a bidding war over his services. He's performed numerous interviews praising the competition and giving the WWE credit over things fans are generally unhappy about to continue fanning those flames and getting heat.
Video games! Yeah, I love video games, and then I lost my virginity.
There's also been an issue behind the scenes recently between MJF and AEW's owner Tony Khan over MJF conducting interviews without notifying the PR team. The two have had notable clashes backstage about this, as while other performers would break kayfabe for convention and media days, MJF just continues to antagonize everyone unfiltered. On screen, of course, MJF has easily been the best thing going on TV. His feud with CM Punk and now with Wardlow has been the #1 story going into this Sunday's Double or Nothing show. Sorry, Hangman, but the MJF Wardlow build has blown the world title picture out of the water. Earlier this week in an interview with Kenny McIntosh, Tony Khan did state that off-screen conflict can carry over on-screen, and that MJF's story has been an opportunity to air some real-life grievances, to which MJF responded, "Fuck this place, man," and then promptly deleted his tweet. Like I said, this has seemed like no big deal despite the fan overreactions. MJF's whole thing is just to trash the opinions of others. Even if they like and agree with him, he'll just call them stupid and ugly. With that said, things escalated this weekend in a very weird way before the pay-per-view. On Saturday, AEW was to hold a fan fest type event with photo ops and autograph sessions. Fans paying up to $100 a piece in order to take part, and MJF, who has taken part in these events because if you don't get paid, decided to not get paid. Friedman no-showed the event, did not respond to attempts from the company to reach out to him, and according to a passing fan, spent the afternoon at a casino instead. Sean Ross Sapp then reported during the evening that MJF has booked a flight for himself out of Las Vegas the night before the show. So, are we being worked? MJF's contract still has 19 months on it. We've heard both that he's unhappy he isn't getting a big money offer to extend now, and that he refuses to sign any contract offered now because he knows he'll get more money in a year and a half. He's got a prominent role near the top of the card and is absolutely expected to be the 6th ever AEW World Champion by beating CM Punk after Punk dethrones Hangman Adam Page. He's even had the freedom to cuss and denigrate the company all he wants, something the WWE would never let fly and never let him get away with if he were to jump from one Khan-operated company to another. It would have to be a work, right? Because the grievances just don't line up with the actions we're seeing being taken. At the same time, I'm not too sure, because what a lot of AEW fans don't realize is MJF's done this sort of thing before. When he joined AEW in the first place, he was actually already contracted to Major League Wrestling alongside Tony Schiavone and Brian Pillman Jr. If MJF were to pull this stunt again to get fired or to leave for the WWE immediately, McMahon would have to likely go to court and write a check to compensate Tony Khan for it. Though they have done that sort of thing in the past too. They had to pay out Lucha Underground by buying several years worth of Alberto Del Rio's 7-year contract to get him back. Money well spent.
Fuck you. You know you don't have the balls to be where I am.
We'll know for certain by the time Double or Nothing airs on Sunday what's a work and what's a shoot. If MJF shows up for his match against Wardlow, then yeah, we all got worked and worked hard by a publicity stunt meant to get people talking about AEW last minute and probably encourage more buys at $50 a pop. If the match does get changed or scrapped entirely, everybody loses. The fans miss out on the company's best story getting its payoff. Wardlow loses the breakout moment of his career that we've all been waiting for. Tony Khan loses money as they'd undoubtedly have to refund a lot of pay-per-view buys. And WWE learns just how untrustworthy MJF is as an asset and burns any likelihood that he should be trusted with a big money deal or a big role on their programming. That would leave MJF working with who? Impact? If you're looking for an incredible financial career at the young age of 26, you might not want to burn bridges faster than Tessa Blanchard. So personally, my hope is that this is a work. I would be much happier if this weren't a public thing at all, but if this is a legitimate walkout, then it will do a lot more damage for all parties involved, including MJF, than if the whole thing was just a dumb publicity stunt. The thing that makes no sense here is why is this all happening now in mid-2022 instead of within 6 months of his contract expiring? But I hope at the very least that the result that we do get is MJF walking down to that ring in Las Vegas on Sunday and doing the honors for Wardlow. After that, let them figure it out behind the scenes so that I can enjoy my wrestling on TV. Now this is all just my opinion though, and I do want to ask you, what do you think of this whole MJF Tony Khan nonsense? Is Friedman right to be upset at his handling by Tony Khan, or is he just playing too fast and loose with his career? Will the sides resolve and MJF finishes out his contract, maybe even signs a new one? Or is he right out that door and headed over to the WWE? Or are they all just playing us like chumps and showing us that kayfabe's absolutely alive and well? Let me know what you think in the comments and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more because I want you to be a part of this conversation too. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so I want to thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.